Hi there, this is Nicola from Forever Young Autobiographies, and welcome to my channel. It's the place to learn how to write life stories for family and friends so that unique memories can live on. I'd love for you to subscribe and hopefully like this video. Today's topic is the best books of 2018. It's about the must-reads that you can enjoy over the holiday season. I'm going to take a break over the holidays, Christmas and New Year, and it's a great time to relax and enjoy some reading. I've got a bit of a book list going, and it's a mix of Australian and overseas writers, female, male writers. I hope you will enjoy it. Keep watching as we jump right in to book number one. Now, book number one is by a fellow journalist, Lee Sales. It's called An Ordinary Day. Now, Lee had a near-death experience, and it got her thinking about reporting and other bad events that she'd encountered, and she sort of investigated it in a sort of journalistic way, I suppose you could say, but it is more memoir as well. So she talks about why do crisis events like terrorism, natural disasters occur? What sort of fears are you worried about when this strikes? And of course, how do you deal with the aftermath? So Lee is a well-renowned journalist, and I'm really looking forward to this book. Now, number two is Jonathan Thurston, The Autobiography. Now, for those overseas listeners, Jonathan Thurston is a rugby league legend here in Australia, and this book is his autobiography with fellow writer, and it goes into detail about his early career all the way through to premiership winning stardom. So this is a very interesting look. He's also an Indigenous Australian, so this is a book of note to read, so make sure you get a copy of that one. The third book I have today for you is Germaine, The Life of Germaine Greer by Elizabeth Klein Hines. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Now, Elizabeth went to university in Melbourne, and she heard about the almost mythical identity of Germaine Greer, and her mother had told her about the female eunuch, which a defining work for Germaine. Now, Elizabeth had access to the Germaine Greer archives, and this book tells the story about Germaine and all her different identities. A really good one. I'm looking forward to this one as well. Now, book number four is Thanks a Lot, Mr. Keeble White by Roger Daltrey. Now, I hope I've also pronounced that correctly, but as you may or may not know, this is the famous The Who band musician, and it goes into detail about him and his generation changing the way, the status quo at the time, surviving the Blitz in England. So you've got World War II, and then his teacher, Mr. Keeble White, saying, you won't amount to anything kind of thing, and, a factory job basically beckons, but in actual fact it doesn't. We have, rock and roll stardom. So that's a good one to add to your list. Now, number five is Educated by Tara Westover. Now, this is a number one bestseller. It's topped best of lists around the globe. It's a memoir by Tara. She's talking about growing up. She grew up in a family that really was very anti-establishment. She didn't go to school. She didn't have a birth certificate. And it wasn't until she was 16, for many reasons, that she decided she had to leave the family. So this is her story. Highly recommended. Now, number 6 is Eggshell Skull by Bree Lee. This is another Australian book. Again, it's won quite a few awards. I'm really looking forward to it. It talks about someone who is experienced in the court system, day after day, seeing defendants and victims come through the court system, and facing a fear of her own. She takes on her own court case as the victim, and it's about how she navigates her way through the court system, dealing with sexual crimes. So yeah, get your hands on that one. And the last one, number 7, I have for you today is a really great book. I can't wait to read it. It's a follow-up to Working Class Boy by Jimmy Barnes. This is the second book, Working Class Man. Now it follows on from the first book, which was detailed Jimmy's childhood, coming to Australia, moving around, going through school, and joining up to different bands. So this book is going to start place at the beginning of the formation of Cold Chisel. So they're in the back of a ute, they're driving off into an amazing future. So yeah, really get your hands on that one. That's a terrific, I know it will be a terrific read. So Working Class Man. So there's some ideas to get you thinking and into reading mode for the holidays. It will inspire you to hopefully write your own autobiography and give you some ideas and inspiration to get writing. So wherever you are these holidays and Christmas period, I hope you can relax and take time out with loved ones. So if you'd like to know anything more about these books, I've got an article on my website, foreveryoungautobiographies.com, and I go through a bit more of a blurb with pictures of the books, links to the publishers, that kind of thing. So I'll leave the description down below. So make sure you click on that and take a look. Let me know which one is your favourite book, or if you've got another favourite autobiography or memoir. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're watching and you want to start your own autobiography, make sure you look down below, because I'll leave a link to some free training about how to nut out the structure for your book. It's completely free. I run through some exercises, I do it along with you, and yeah, you have the outline for your book. It's something to use as a guideline to move forward to get writing. So make sure you check that out. I'd love for you to subscribe and like this video if you found it helpful, and until next time, happy writing.